So Sri Lanka beat India in the end quite comfortably. There is so much to take away from what would be a win that would mean so much to Charita Solanka, especially Jeffrey Vandersay. Let's get into the takeaways. Well, let me start with Vandersay. It was a blessing in disguise in many ways that they had the very simple leg break of Jeffrey Vandersay. Vanandu Hasaranga, high-profile player. But on these pitches that offer a little bit of assistance to the spinners, in fact, more than a little bit, Vandersay took full advantage of it. He bowled just the right areas. He caused doubts in the minds of India's batters. And he was more effective in this game than Hasaranga was previously. And dare I say, would have been even today. Thrill for Jeffrey Vandersay, who's far from a regular in Sri Lanka's international setup, but he has just exposed India's vulnerabilities against spin, kept it simple, allowed the pitch that was assisting to do the work for him. Well, the second takeaway is exactly where I left off from Vandersay. Yes, these are pitches that are assisting spin and turn and not easy, but yes, also that India are expected to bat far better on pitches that do turn. And that has been put into question. There was a time when we were wondering, are India actually as good players of spin as they should be on turning wickets in the longer formats? I don't know how often they'll get these kinds of surfaces, but a vulnerability in India's middle order has certainly been exposed, or at least the questions are there to be raised. When you had Vandersay keeping it simple, attacking the stumps and the ball gripping, and you had Charita Solanka using the off-spinner's angle against the left-handers to really good effect, India just looked tentative. Nobody really took down the spin like Rohit Sharma did. And there will be questions asked of players like Shreya, Iyer, Shivam, Dube, and even Rahul. Shreyas and KL in particular, because this is the format that they have to forge their international career path with for the immediate future. Otherwise, there are guys like Sanju Samson, who we all know was left out of the ODI setup in spite of scoring 100. There's Rishabh Pant in the wings. There's Riyan Parag. And you just feel like those are the kind of players that will take down spin when given the opportunity. So you're looking at, yes, it's only one series, but you're looking at how players react to challenging conditions, different conditions, and India's middle order has done themselves no favors. Questions will be there in the minds of the selectors as well as Gautam Gambhir, who's received quite a rude shock when it comes to his first assignment in ODI cricket. Rohit Sharma remains the benchmark. He remains leagues above any other Indian batter. The fact that he's able to execute that high-impact start in both these games, and it's only after Rohit gets out that we get to see, oh, the ball's turning, it's gripping, it's not as easy to play. That is a testament to how good Rohit Sharma is in spite of being out of international cricket for a month. India will need to find one more batter to play like him. I don't think Rohit needs to change the way he plays, but you will need someone other than a Virat Kohli. This is not down to Kohli. He's done it many times before. He will do it again. But those around them need to pick up how they want to take down, what's their template to actually chase when it's not a flat wicket, when there is no dew. Those are questions that need to be answered. But Rohit is the one big positive from what's otherwise been a really disappointing batting effort from India. Let's go to the first innings now. And twice in a row in this series, we have seen India allow the opposition back in after getting 5 or 6 early wickets. Dunith, Wellalage and the rest of Sri Lanka's low middle order are showing the fight and resilience that many of their middle order and top order batters can take a note from. They are being stubborn. They're actually just putting some pressure back on the bowlers, who also are just letting things drift. I think that's one issue with India in this series. They've allowed the opposition back in. They've not been as ruthless as India with a Jasprit Bumrah or a Mohammad Shami in it needs to be, which raises the questions also of the effectiveness of the reserve pacers in this format. Are Arshdeep Singh and Mohammad Siraj developing into 10-over bowlers as we'd like them? Siraj was outstanding in more helpful conditions in Sri Lanka in the Asia Cup this time last year. He is certainly a more than capable third-seamer, but is he taking the step up to actually do Shami's job or Bumrah's job in their absence? That remains to be seen. Arshdeep also, wonderful T20 World Cup, graph going up in T20 cricket, but 10 overs of 50-over bowling, having to bowl with a slightly older ball, there's still some work that needs to be done. He is young, yes, but India have looked far from the finished product in this series. But this has been about Sri Lanka. The story is about Sri Lanka. Against significant odds, they've nearly managed a series win against India. And in India, who with full strength, arguably, except for Bumrah and Hardik Pandya.